Hello viewers, welcome back to another episode from Walk Africa Fun Facts YouTube channel. The space is one field that has intrigued humans for centuries on end. Since the Italian Ferdinand Magellan's masterminding of the circumnavigation of the Earth in the 15th century, the human's spirit of adventure has become unquenchable. Humans have now explored the heavens and the heavenly bodies. They have discovered stars, galaxies and other breathtaking heavenly mysteries. There has been deployed a vast range of intricate scientific instruments such as the recently launched James Webb Telescope, a replacement to the Hubble Telescope. The Masterpiece project is a collaboration of several international key aerospace bodies such as the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, of the United States of America, European Space Agency, ESA, of the European Union nations and the Canadian Space Agency, CSA. With these interesting topics in mind, it would pinch a curious mind to want to know where Africa falls in the space race. In these current times when space tourism is a trending phenomenon, today's episode highlights 16 African nations' space agencies together with a summary of their fates in the world space scene since 1989. Be sure to subscribe free to the channel for more insightful content. Number 1. South African Space Agency, SANSA. Topping this list is South Africa, perhaps the country that has launched the most satellites into orbit in Africa, including Sunsat of 1999, Zacude of 2003, Sumbandila of 2009, Condor of 2014, Ensight of 2017, ZA Arosat of 2017, ZA Cube 2 of 2018 and Xenobox Thin SAT of 2019. Number 2. Algeria Space Agency ASL. Being established in January 2002, ALSAT has flown 6 different satellites, namely, ALSAT-1 in 2002, ALSAT-2A in 2010, ALSAT-1B in 2016, ALSAT-2B in 2016, ALSAT-1N in 2016 and ALCOMSAT-1 in 2017. Number 3. Nigeria Space Research and Development Agency. This is an early 2000s conception, with an initial budget of $93 million in 1998, being termed as a fundamental policy for the development of space, science and technology. With a current annual budget of $10 million, NASRDA boasts the following satellites to ever being launched in orbit: Nigeria SAT-1 of 2003, NIGCOMSAT-1 of 2007, Nigeria SAT-2 of 2011, Nigeria SAT-X of 2011, NIGCOMSAT-1R of 2011 and finally Nigeria EDUSAT-1 of 2017. Number 4. Egypt Space Agency. The Egyptian Space Agency has been in the space race since 1991 under the patronage of the National Authority for Remote Sensing and Space Sciences, NARS. To date, Egypt has sent the following satellites into space: Nile SAT-101 of 1998, Nile SAT-102 of 2000, Egypt SAT-1 of 2007, Egypt SAT-2 of 2014, Egypt SAT-A of 2017, NARS Cube 1 of 2019, NARS Cube 2 of 2019 and lastly TIBA 1 in 2019. Number 5. Kenya Space Agency. Developed in 2017, this agency is yet to be independent from the Ministry of Defense of Kenya. Kenya launched her first satellite into space in 2018, as will be discussed a little later. Number 6. Zimbabwe National Geospatial and Space Agency, ZINGSA. Launched in 2018, the agency aspires to be a globally competitive contributor to the space scene, with goals aligned with the country's Vision 2030 strategic plans. ZINGSA has not launched any satellites to space so far. Number 7. Gabinete de Gestão do Programa Espacial Nacional or National Space Program Management Office, GGPEN, Angola. Through the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, Angola first launched a now-defunct ANGOSAT-1 into space in 2017. She now prospects ANGOSAT-2 by 2022 and an Airbus contracted ANGOSAT-3 thereafter, in line with the Angola National Space Strategy Plan for 2016 to 2025. Number 8. The Royal Centre for Remote Sensing Space, CRTS, Morocco. For application in telecommunications, Geospatial mapping among other applications, Morocco now boasts 3 satellites in space, namely Tubsat, launched into space in 2001, Mohammed 6A of 2017 and Mohammed 6B of 2018. Number 9. Ghana Space Agency, GHSA. This is a prospected project operational under the Ghana Space Science and Technology. Ghana engages a global consortium of multinational institutions, including the China Development Bank and the bank HSBC, as well as requesting technical advice from the China National Space Administration and NASA for space science exploration, and institutions in Japan, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, and India, Indian Space Research Organization. 60 years after the Soviet Union launched the first artificial satellite into space, Ghana, through a private institution known as All Nations University College, became the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to launch an educational satellite, GhanaSat-1, into Earth orbit on Friday, 7 July 2017. Number 10. Libya Center for Remote Sensing and Space Science. LCRSSS is among the earliest players on the African space scene, having been established in 1989. It was mandated for remote sensing, space and earthquake sciences for the government of Libya. Number 11. National Remote Sensing Center, Sudan. NRSC. This institution is an affiliate of the Sudanese Ministry of Higher Education. Sudan, through various research institutions and in collaboration with the Chinese satellite builder Shenzhen Aerospace Oriental Red Sea Satellite Company, launched Sudan's first Earth observation satellite, Sudan Remote Sensing Satellite, SRSS-1, in 2019. This launch is to be applied in, among other sectors, topographical mapping, weather, agriculture, telecommunications and defense. Number 12. Gabon Space Agency, AGIOS. Agence Gabonaise d'études d'observations spatiales is a public agency created in February 2010 and is involved in the scientific, technological, and environmental fields in Gabon. The AGIOS' main mission is to implement the government's policy regarding the acquisition, processing, analysis and providing Earth observation (EO) data for sustainable environmental management, natural resources, land use planning, as well as research and innovation. AGIOS is planning to build its own CubeSat and to give Gabon its first satellite. This will be done with Gabon University as part of the realization of the upcoming Gabon space policy. Number 13. Tunisia Space Agency, Tunisia. Tunisian Aerospace and Telecommunications Company, Telnet, was established by the Ministry of National Defense Act of 1988 for the coordination of national space activities. Tunisia was the first country to launch a satellite in Africa in 2021, Challenge 1, in collaboration with Russian operator of commercial launches of Soyuz 2 rockets, GK Launch Services. Also launched alongside it is the SIMBA, System for Improving Monitoring of the Behavior of Wild Animals, satellite. The SIMBA satellite project team includes students from the Sapienza University of Rome, University of Tel Aviv, Israel, and University of Nairobi, Kenya. SIMBA will track the behavior of animals of Kenyan national parks in their natural habitat. For this purpose, special sensors are to be placed on certain animals of various species and sizes, from birds to large mammals, and the CubeSat will relay information about their migration. Tunisian Aerospace and Telecommunications Company, Telnet, has been the lead on this project, and it envisions a constellation of about 30 satellites by 2023. The Tunisian space program is a really interesting area to watch for the next decade. Number 14. Ethiopian Space Science and Technology Institute, ST, Ethiopia. ST governs Ethiopia's space operations, being among few African countries owning an operational observatory. Ethiopia works in close collaboration with France Space Agency and Chinese engineers to achieve her aim to be a competitive contributor in the international aerospace arena. Ethiopia has launched 2 satellites into space so far, namely ETRSS-1, 2019 and ET SmartRSS, 2020 Number 15. Mauritius Research and Innovation Council, MRIC. This council has spearheaded the launching of Mauritius' first satellite in June 2021 in a joint program with the Japanese JAXA Kibo Cube program and the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs, UNOSA. The satellite Mir SAT-1 Mauritius Imagery and Radio Communications Satellite 1 Foot is the first satellite of Mauritius. The primary objective of the mission is to acquire technology, knowledge, and skills for further space endeavors as well as capture images of Mauritius. As a small island developing state, Mauritius is particularly prone to natural disaster risk and set to benefit greatly from their own satellite technology. Number 16. Rwanda Space Agency. Through the JAXA Kibo Cube program, Rwanda has also been able to launch her first satellite into space, SAT in 2019, and another satellite, Asirakazo, which was launched among the OneWeb constellation. Rwanda also seeks to play a key role in the near-future Africa Space Hub by seeking to auto-acquire 2 satellite constellations from the International Telecommunication Union, ITU. Number 17. Multilateral satellites in Africa. There are arrangements that involve several countries working on joint space projects for various purposes, such as serving telecommunications conglomerates. A brief highlight will include satellites like Ruscomstar CAF-1, Ruscomstar CAF-1R, and finally the Nudon satellite. Today, Africa has launched about 44 satellites since 1989, with 41 being launched in 13 countries and 3 in multilateral project involving several regional players. In the modern world that changes by the nanosecond, owning, operating and exploiting a satellite is now a vital strategic necessity for economic development, security endeavors, topography and land resources mapping, application in meteorology, farming, telecommunications, navigation and natural resources management. The space has become an integral part in the modern world, with leading players being National Aerospace Administration of the U.S., European Space Agency, Canadian Space Agency, Chinese, Russian space agencies, to name but a few, which are of course the major players at the global level. The analysis will be of course inconclusive without mentioning the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, who through the Kibo Cube team have enabled both the private and public sectors initiate space programs in the developing world. Kenya is one country that has benefited from this arrangement, through the University of Nairobi School of Engineering. The African space scene has now attracted a foreign following, and major space companies across the world have started investing in the African space industry. The next decade will be an interesting one to watch the African space arena revolutionize. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with matters Africa.